Between 1878 and 1904, 27 consecutive years, and then again 1921. Philadelphia, San Francisco, New Orleans, Carson City, and that one Denver, add them all up, and then bring in the 8 tail feather, you're going to get 97 different Morgans. And they're a lot of fun to collect. I'm a huge fan. But I get asked often, within that series, what are some of your favorites? And I'm a numbers geek. I like looking at how many were made, but doing this for over 40 years in the marketplace, going from show to show, trying to find them, gives us a different perspective. Because the Pittman Act of 1918 changed the complexion for what we're seeing today versus the Red Book or other guidebooks. Well, my favorites, my top 10, 2 of them right here, right now. They are late date Philadelphia Mint coins. And that's significant because a couple of different things. The first and the obvious is, well, in 1918, we had the Pittman Act, right? Senator Pittman from the West created a piece of legislation for the U.S. to help England during World War I. And at that time, they were having a run on silver, their silver paper money, in India. So the U.S. couldn't just give them Morgan dollars we had sitting in our vaults because it would say the United States of America on it. And at that time, we were neutral. President Woodrow Wilson had us still as neutral in World War I. So we melted, the Pittman Act melted 60% of all of our 90% silver Morgan dollars. 60%. We just have no clue which was melted. Well, there's one theory that is used often, and it almost comes out perfectly, and that is, if you look at a vault as a barn, right? You open up the doors, right? And you have this open area for storage. How many of you, when you open up the door, take the bag or whatever you're storing and putting it right by the door? So when you open up the next time, you got to walk around what you just dumped there. And then you keep on doing that to where it's impossible to get to the back of the barn. Most would open up the vault and put everything they are currently making against the back wall. And as you get closer and further out, the more recent stuff is close to that door. Makes total sense because when you look at Philadelphia late dates, again, from 1878 to 1904, those 27 consecutive years, all before the Pittman Act, finding Philadelphia 1900 dated Morgans is almost impossible. Vintage Morgans, I should say. These are vintage. Tonight we have 2 of them. We have not only the 02, we have also the 04, the last of the first 27. Now there is silver left over after the Pittman Act in 1918. The peace dollar came out late 21 into 22, right? So they made the Morgan dollar one more year in 1921 from the silver melted from previous Morgans. But the first 27, these are 2 very significant dates. Now, if you're looking at mintage figures alone, I mentioned that earlier, it's important. How many versus how few? And with 97 of them up there, we can rank them all, right? If we rank them all, the 02 is 11, and the 04 is 6 out of the Philadelphia Mint. So both of them, pretty significant. Fewer of these known than others. 7.9 million and 2.7 million. But as I referenced, by going to shows over and over and over again, I am able to see or not see something no different than you would. So when you go to a show and I'm looking for 04 Ps, what do you find? You're going to find circulated coins, very few uncirculated coins, and if you get lucky, you'll find a coin like this. Now, what does super slider mean? It is about uncirculated. On the technical Sheldon scale, it is a 53 to a 55. Uncirculated starts at 60, and the prices change at that level as well. We call them super sliders because it's just when you're talking about an uncirculated coin, where do I pause? Talking about uncirculated as a coin, or I'm talking about uncirculated as the coin. 2 different coins, 2 different grades, 2 different values. Don brought it up years and years ago. We're calling them super sliders, or in parentheses, AU. Making it simple for everybody. The detail, that's the difference. The idea of a slider is you look at it and it slides by as an uncirculated coin, right? That's the key. The detail on these, the breast feathers, the high point, as you can see right here, good definition and detail, which you normally don't see on a regular circulated coin. You don't see it at all on uncirculated coins. So when you get good detail, you're getting further and further up that scale. Value changes with where you are. But it comes down to what you find and what you don't find, right? You go back into the 1880s, coins that were further back in the barn. When they opened it up, the vault, when they opened up, they started melting everything in front, which would have been 04, 03, 02, right, 01, right? Those, when they started melting those coins, all right, versus the 1885s, 1886s, 1887s, where between PCGS and NGC, who catalogs every coin they see, that gives us a lot of information. Because we can see then those coins from the 1880s, like I mentioned, where they have seen 400 to 500 coins, 400,000 coins over the last 40 years. And you look at both of these and you get 19,000 and 14,000 respectively. Doing. Doesn't even show up, right? Now my competition has these. And they're a little over 200 on the 02 and a little under 200 on the 04, right? Tonight, same grade, same beautiful look and feel. We're under $100 for the first time in a real long time. How does something like this happen? We buy them coin by coin as we see them. The majority of coins and what we have available here tonight was somebody sent in some quote-unquote original rolls. The people we have working in the fulfillment area of the company, the receiving area, when they came in, pulled off a number of them saying, these are really nice, but if you send them to NGC or PCGS, they're not going to grade 60. They're not going to grade UNC. They agreed with us, which means they must have known what they sent us. And that price point, based upon everything else involved, gives us the chance tonight to be under 100. Our regular prices are $129, $139 if you follow us on a regular basis. Tonight, under 100. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. In uncirculated condition, you're looking at $400 to $500 a coin here. So when I can find beautiful coins like this one, where I'm getting that 3, 4, 5 times up, which means they're affordable, that's where I want to be. So again, not over 200 on the 02, not under 200 on the 04, i.e. both hugging $200 for the same exact grade and about uncirculated 53 to a 55. We call them super sliders. Rarity, just look them up. They publish this information. You can see how few these have been seen. These are rarer than a few of the other coins you see, the 99s, the 93s, the 8-tail feather. These are all rarer than those coins, and they sell for a fraction. It is one heck of a buy.